Good evening, YouTube. HeirofCarthage here. Hey, just real quick one before we start. The sponsor of today's video, well, kind of MSI, but it's kind of me. I made this video not monetized. Go check out the link in the description for me. It is a link to a giveaway I'm doing and a build that I did on how to build your own Total War computer. Anyway, welcome to the Old World Challenge. The Old World Challenge is just a quick round-robin, kind of off-the-cuff 4-player tournament I set up on my Discord. This was supposed to be just a quick event popped together, and the theme here is the Old World, meaning that the 4 players are each going to represent one of the 4 original factions in Total War Warhammer. So you got vampires, dwarves, empire, and greenskins, and more specifically the lords we wanted to represent were going to be Karl, Mannfred, Grimgor, and Thorgrim. So those were going to be the ones. So I'm going to be representing the vampires as Mannfred, and my first opponent in the round robin is going to be Preston, one of the members of my Discord, and he is rocking Thorgrim. And then we're going to have Wicked representing the greenskins, led by Grimgor, and then Reptile King represented the Empire. It's kind of supposed to be led by Karl Franz, but you'll see. In any case, let's hit play. Whenever y'all check out my army, so I'm excited. It's going to be a round robin. Whoever has the most wins when it's over will be the victor, and if there's a tie, then we will start doing, we'll do a playoffs. In any case, we have got 4 crypt horrors, or sorry, crypt ghouls, my bad, crypt ghouls. And then in my main line is going to be skeleton warriors in the front, and then I've got 2 graveguard with great weapons in the back. I've got a banshee, a Vargulf. Way out here, I got the black coach working its way around. Yeah, and I got a Vargulf on both flanks. And Mannfred is riding on his Hellsteed. And let's check out the dwarf army. So front line for the dwarves, there's going to be 2 warriors with great weapons, 2 warriors. Behind them, there's a line of 3 thunderers and an organ gun. There's an iron drake with trollhammer, a warrior's a dragonfire pass, and then a long beard with great weapon, and on this flank a hammer. Thorgrim is supported by a runesmith, rocking Wrath and Ruin, the Oath of Steel. Hang on, I'm going to get these wrong. If I get it, I'll try and get you the right name here. Yeah, Rune of Oath and Steel, and Rune of Wrath and Ruin. So that's going to be the matchup. Check this out. I bring Mannfred back here, and I meant to come summon some zombies up on this Trollhammer torpedo. Is going to be where the battle opens. And I do get a summon going here, but my zombies don't exactly catch the Trollhammer torpedoes, and then I was busy clicking attack orders on the main line. Mannfred's gonna get hosed with Trollhammer torpedoes to start the battle. Whoops. Don't worry, folks. I don't get him killed yet. The black coach comes swinging in from the flank. I'm gonna get into the gunners, put a quick charge on these warriors, a Dragonfire pass, let my Vargulf get in here. The Vargulfs heal, they're fast moving, and they have high mass. My Crypt Ghouls are a fast moving unit for a vampire, and my idea was to use them to get around the flanks. You can see I've already managed to get one Thunderer that I think was set to skirmish. It got outside of the lines, and we've caught it. The mainline engagement is good for me. The Graveguard with great weapons will get in there and tank very nicely against these dwarf units, and then the Banshee will tank nicely too as long as Thorgrim doesn't get a hold of her. So I am trying to avoid Thorgrim because he has magic attacks. Mannfred was able to tie down the Iron Drakes, heal up the damage, and keep some of these dwarves busy, and you can see over here, Crypt Ghouls are going to do me well. And at this point, I want to bring my 2 Vargulfs in to start working on Thorgrim. He is going to be one tough dwarf nugget to crack, so we're gonna have to get working at it. So bring them in, go after Thorgrim. Mannfred, meanwhile, is just gonna kind of roll around the battlefield being a terror, doing what Mannfred does best, healing, dropping zombies, being fast and hard to catch. So that's gonna be my goal here. Check it out, we're gonna roll in from this flank with the Crypt Ghouls, and all the while Preston is trying to defend his core here. He's got some tough units here. These hammers are going to be a tough unit. This organ gun is kind of, it's still guarded, but I am going to be getting in here and starting to put some summons around, try and be annoying as I can. I didn't actually summon on the organ gun at that point. Like I said, infantry fight's going decent for me. Dwarves don't have a lot of offensive capability. They're a lot more defensive, and then they would have to be making key kills on the vampires to win. So take down the Lord, or key monsters, and leave the vampires with units that just can't deal enough damage to defeat the Dwarves. The Black Coach is doing pretty well. I've been able to heal it, keep it moving. It's got 17 kills, and it's racking up, getting its abilities going here, so it's going to boost its combat capability. So definitely nice to have. That organ gun did get attacked, but it had some defenders come over to protect it. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are headed back. I'm going to come over and put a zombie summons down here to really try and silence that organ gun, because they are getting shots on me. My Crypt Ghouls, I'm going to use them to go chase out this Thunder. And once we get the Thunder out of play, that'll definitely be a better place for me to be in. Another Thunder routed and then came back. So I will eventually swing the Black Coach around to go pay them a visit. Black Coach, very handy for cleaning up infantry mess. You can see back here that the Hammers, they're getting a lot of kills. They're up to 210 kills. These guys are far superior to anything I have on the battlefield. My only hope is to just kind of wear them down over time. But I mean, just look at the beating that these statistically superior units can put down on these vampire unarmored fodder units. But they're going to have to do a lot of killing to make it worth it at that one. But I mean, they've already, unless he put the chevron on, which I guess he could have, they've already picked up a chevron. Black Coach to go hunt down the gunners. The Coach is very handy, especially if it gets into late game against the Dwarves. I was really worried about Slayers coming into this match, and that's why I brought the Crypt Ghouls. I don't know if the Crypt Ghouls would defeat Slayers, but I know that they would at least be able to tie them down and let my monsters do their work. So my two Vargulfs and the Coach needed to be able to roam the battlefield uncontested. And then my goal was that the Dwarves would have too much stuff to focus on in order to use their ranged units successfully. They'd be focusing on zombie summons, they'd be focusing on two Vargulfs, a Coach, Crypt Ghouls coming in from the flank. So that was the goal here, was overwhelm. And then in terms of the main line, let the two Graveguard with great weapons do the real work, while the other units are mostly just fodder that you heal. And I put the Banshee around my fodder units so that they wouldn't crumble as quickly or easily. So that was kind of the reason why I picked the build I did. It is working very well for me at the moment. Whoa, there comes the Coach. Let's get some views of that. Put some healing down there with Mannfred. Get the Invocation in the heck. Black Coach is such a cool unit. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are actually a really good pick against the vampires. Anything that has regen, you want to get the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass in there. They can do a lot of damage to units that have the regenerate trait because they are weak to fire, so like a Vargulf. In fact, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass would have been a very good unit to escort Thorgrim around the battlefield, and then that would have made it much more difficult for the Vargulfs to do what they do best, which is to get in and start bullying around dwarf leaders. Their armor piercing, relatively low cost, and heavy mass make them useful, but they do get staggered a lot. They're relatively vulnerable to skirmish fire. They definitely have their downsides. I was kind of surprised not to see Rangers or Bugman's Rangers here from Preston. Definitely solid units against the vampires, as their melee capabilities can help them be good in the late game. Quarrelers with great weapons can have occasional uses as late game infantry substitutes as well, because they deal out quite a bit of damage. So I was able to win my first game here against Preston, but remember, this is round robin, so I still got to play Reptile King, and I still have to play Wicked, and then those players are also playing each other. So I'm going to splice in some of the other matches as well. Stay tuned, come back and look for it, and we'll kind of alternate through these and let you all see what happens in the Old World Challenge. And if you all enjoy it, make sure to subscribe so you can see the next videos, and if you like it, help me out. Put a thumbs up on the video, it helps me a lot. If you don't like it, get down there in those comments, tell me what I need to do to make these better, to make it something that you like. I always appreciate the feedback. Anyway, let's take a look at the stats here. So Graveguard with great weapon definitely did well for me. Didn't take a ton of damage. They were getting kills for me against the armor. Crypt Ghouls accomplished exactly what I needed them to. Get around the flanks, keep some of the dwarf infantry busy. And again, if there had been Slayers, help keep the Slayers tied down, because I really needed the work to be done by the Coach and the Vargulfs. And in the end, they were able to get it done for me. The Vargulfs helped tear down Thorgrim and caused some initial disruption. The Coach was constantly after skirmishers, So it ended up being quite useful, and despite having gotten troll hammered very, very hard at the beginning of the battle and nearly killed, Mannfred managed to heal his way back into it. Oh man. Oh, Preston was getting me good right there at the beginning, and I thought I was going to lose Mannfred right off the bat. Anyway, do hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will be back soon with some more Old World Challenge action.